Good morning students. Welcome to SST So Simple tutorial. In the previous class, we read the meaning and features of political parties. We also read the necessity of political parties. Today, we will read the functions of political parties. Basically, political parties fill political offices and exercise political power. Parties do so by performing a series of functions. There are 7 points given in your textbook and I will discuss them one by one. First, parties contest elections. In most democracies, elections are fought mainly among the candidates put up by the political parties. These candidates who are nominated by the parties get the party symbol and support. We have already read the nomination of candidates in class 9. Once a candidate is nominated by a party, we say so and so person got the party ticket. Parties select their candidates in different ways in different countries. In some countries, such as the USA, members and supporters of the party choose its candidates. Whereas in other countries like ours, top party leaders choose candidates for contesting elections. Next point. Parties put forward different policies and programs before the people. They prepare their election manifesto and put before the people clear-cut programs which will be followed by them if they come to power. For that purpose, they arrange public meetings, write in the press, distribute pamphlets, and sometimes broadcast or telecast to the nation. That is what we have already read under election campaign last year. People, or to be more specific, voters, choose the policy and program and make their decisions. In other words, on the basis of these programs, voters decide which party to vote and which party not to vote. Parties play a decisive role in making laws for a country. Once elected, these legislators try to achieve the goals of their party through legislation and program initiatives. Different bills and proposals are floated in the legislatures. Political parties form their views on these bills and accordingly direct their members to vote for or against them. This is how laws are made in the legislatures. Parties form and run government. We already know that the political party which gets majority of seats in the election is invited to form the government. So, they form the government and run it responsibly. Since they have the mandate of the people, they implement their policies and programs. Big policy decisions are taken by political executives that come from the political parties. It is the political parties that recruit leaders, train them, and then make them ministers to run the government in the way they want. Opposition has a very important role in a democratically elected legislature. Those political parties who do not get enough numbers in the elections to form the government play the role of opposition to the parties in power. The main function of the opposition party inside the legislature is constructive criticism of the government. They criticize the government for its failures or wrong policies. They put restrictions on arbitrariness of ruling party. Thus, they check the government from assuming dictatorial powers. The ruling party can be questioned by the opposition. The opposition can move different motions such as the adjournment motion or the no confidence motion in the legislature. Even outside the legislature, it exposes the anti-people policies of the government through demonstrations. The ruling party thus cannot overlook the opposition who is always ready to bite. This makes the government very cautious in its work. Parties shape public opinion. They raise and highlight issues. Parties have lakhs of members and activists spread all over the country who spread the views of their party. They use all means of mass communications such as press, TV or street meetings to mold public opinion in their favor. In 2014 elections, Bharatiya Janata Party, that is BJP, raised the issue of corruption against the incumbent ruling party. This was highlighted in every speech, in every rally. People used to see them live on the TVs. Thus, BJP succeeded in shaping a public opinion against them. This created an intense anti-incumbency wave against the ruling Congress. The result was that the ruling party lost badly in the elections. I hope you have understood the role of opposition in shaping public opinion. Next, parties provide people access to government machinery and welfare schemes implemented by governments. Political parties act as a link between the people and the government. It is easy for a common man to approach a local party leader than a government official. The local party leader has to listen to the problem faced by the people and help them. Otherwise, people can reject them in the next elections. That is why they feel close to parties even when they do not fully trust them. Parties have to be responsive to people's needs and demands. Otherwise, people can reject these parties in the next elections. And whenever the government launches some welfare schemes, the party workers make a concerted effort to reach out to the beneficiaries of different schemes so that the people are informed about the scheme and they take full benefit of the schemes. So students, you must have understood the functions of a political party. The 7 points that were given in the book I have just discussed with you. This is a very easy question but carries a high probability of coming in the exam. It is generally asked as a 5 marks question, but sometimes a specific function is asked to describe as a 3 marks question. For example, the question that comes is explain the functions of the political party. Then you can write the 5 points, any 5 points. But as I said, sometimes a particular function is asked. For example, explain the role of opposition in a parliamentary democracy. Or how does political parties shape public opinion? Explain. So this way the question can come as a 5 mark question or as a 3 marks question. Let us now see the probable questions from this topic. 1. Describe any 5 major functions of political parties performed in a democracy. This was a 5 marks question asked in 2018. How do political parties help in the formulation of public opinion? Explain. Explain the role of opposition in a democracy. I hope you have understood the lesson properly. In the next class, we will read next topic. How many parties do we have? Till then, keep reading and have a nice time. Thank you.